And one fish, two fish. And one fish, two fish. And red fish, blue fish. And one fish, two fish. And red fish, blue fish. Okay, Twitch is a go. And red fish, blue fish. Okay, Twitch is a go. And so is the YouTube. All right, we're good. I'm working on getting the cave closed, submitted to Daz. Fingers crossed I can finish that up today. And in the meantime, I'm working on the, don't tell me, deadline reporter outfit. That's what we were kind of working on over the weekend. So today we're going to, yo, Charles. Hey, it's Rod Shelley. Okay, so we're going to work on the ears, receivers, and the little monitor box. We're going to finish those up in Blender, get them in the Daz. And then I think we're going to texture the shoes. So I think that's what's on tap. And if we've got any time, probably not. I really doubt it. We'll make a few more textures for the outfit itself. There you go. And check out Rod. Check out Charles. Check out all the people. Hey guys, glad to see you. Rod, aren't you supposed to? Isn't today run around do stuff day? What am I doing? Oh yeah, we're going to do Blender. I think we were done modeling this, so it's a matter of. I think at this point we're going to get into substance. The earbuds. You're on strike. No work on Monday. No work on Monday. No work Monday. There you go. Let's open this up. Let's export it out. We'll set it in the Daz. So we need the. I think we're just gonna. Am I just gonna parent this, or do I want to rig this? I think I want to start by parenting it to the head. You'll be on the phone all afternoon, probably. Oh. Oh no. Ah. Deadline mic, shoes, blend. There we go. Don't save that. Okay, that's ready to export, and the earbuds are up here. You know what? I think we're just going to pose them. We'll just prop them in. So we're going to export this stuff out as it is right now. I think I have to break this apart. Actually, we can hide that. We're going to check. Or do I have to? Do I have separate? I do have separate ones. That's right. We already split it up. We're good to go. Talking to AI phone prots. Oh, they're the worst. Their mission is to not let you get any help. How much can we frustrate the customer? All right, let's export you. Activate export. Use the Daz preset. Let's come over here somewhere. That's a template. Is this the WIP folder? There it is. I need to. We're gonna go shopping again. Report journalist earpiece. What I'm looking for is a proper name for this thing. And so we're going to look for the whole, we're going to go shopping. So I actually want to look at this as part of the set. Like that. Two-way audio radio earpiece. I'm going to call that earpiece. And the other is going to be the monitor. Yep, that's what we're doing. All right, so I do have the right name. So we're going to say ear piece. I don't know. I think I had the right one selected. Right? Yep. That did not go anywhere. That's right. Don't let you talk to a human. And if you insist, give him somebody That's right. Super thick accent, and you got Michael Johnson. It is Michael Johnson. I didn't help you. Dum 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 dum. Earpiece. Or I'm not gonna. Yeah, and then we'll just export that. Do I want to put no? I'm just gonna export that. And I don't think I did that right, so we're gonna do it again. I did do that right. Never mind. So we're gonna export this one. Earpiece L. You think I would bookmark this shit, right? um, professional reporter earpiece receiver set. Makes you want to do evil things. Make things go boom. Digital for court reporters. What are you? Wireless compact microphone system. You know what? It probably will work with the. So what are you? Ars Technical. I'll kind of. Yeah, we'll call it the receiver. I think we'll call it the receiver. All right. I think I got that exported. And then I'm going to come down here and we'll export that. The B2s are just an hour. That's right. Just give them a call. They're ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to copy all of these. You all are in here. So I'm going to put those into their own collection. And then what I want to do is I just want to grab those. And I just want these to be a little bit closer to this. So we're going to just double check our UV editing here. I think we're all good. So we're going to export this out. This is what we're going to color in Substance. So activate, export. We're going to go into the Substance. Deadline earpieces and receiver. And I want to say IDs because we're going to save that with the materials. Do that again. This time no materials. I'm going to call you NM. Export that. All right, and then we're going to let's do some setup in DAZ. All right, let's get a Genesis 8 in here to start with. Actually, I'm going to we'll bring the outfit in here too while we're working on it. And you are too big. I can't see chat. Let's watch chat for a little bit. Put you down here. Hit the old load the G8 button. You look like YouTube. There's Twitch. Okay. I don't know, I did do a, there we go. So let's import those things. Actually, let's do the textures. Then we can import it, put the textures on and save them out. And we're going to do, they're going to be beige and brown are the colors that will make the headphones. So there'll be two matte files. The receiver itself is just going to be black. You know what? I just need a generic LED screen. We'll figure out something for that. I'll probably just put some lines on something with some numbers in there that don't mean anything. Like 69, dude. um, my brain stopped. Oh, there we go. We're doing the substance painter. Yo, DJ Ray in this house. 18 minutes into stream. Is it already 18 minutes? This is what happens when you start a minute early. There we go. File, new. Let's go select our little clicky thing. Earpiece receiver, no materials. Looks good. That's okay on that. We're going to come over here and we'll go into the bacon. And looks good. So we'll bake these. Once upon a time I had it so you could see the progress, but I turned that off. We'll see how this works. I might want to take this clip and move it off to the side though. And then redo that. That's right, it's the Deadline Reporter outfit. We're working on the receiver and the earpieces. And then we'll texture the shoes. I think you're done. I think it's ready. Let's see how this, let's get our ID map in here. Thank you, Mr. Charles. Appreciate that. There it is. This one that says IDs. There, I see colors. I'm going to tweak you, make you as small as I can without being 0. And same for that one. We'll do that at 4K, bake those. I think it's done already. Come over here to paint. So I'm going to use a few plastics and then we'll put a little bit of and then I want kind of a screen. Is there screen material in here? Printed glass screen. So I'm going to put that right there. Plastic. Metal flake fills. What do you look like? I don't know if I need those metal flakes. Plastic canvas grain. I'm going to use that on these dials, but I'm not going to use that there. Well, actually, since we are right here, or maybe the canvas grain. Yeah, I'm just going to put that there. I'm also going to stick a rubber on here, on the buttons. Plastic grip. What do you look like? I like that. That's actually a good base. I think we'll tweak the tiling on that though. Okay, we like that. Did my screen printed glass get broken? It did. Oops. I meant to do that. We'll tweak that. That'll we'll put a display or something on there. Dun, 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 dun. So I don't need that because I broke it. I need more plastics. See if we can find something nice and smooth. Kind of like glossy vinyl's got a weird texture to it. Rubber raw. You know, rubber raw will be good for the buttons. And apparently it thinks that's the same color. So let's see if we can maybe tweak that just a little bit. Change that tolerance to be smaller. There we go. And what are you? Oh, plastic grip. Also applied to the part of the earbuds. So we'll tweak that just a little bit. So we'll adjust the tolerance. So there we go. The rubber dry. I'm going to put that on there. And then I want a shiny. Plastic used shiny. We'll use that on there. I'm going to tweak this so it's just applied to the, like that. So we're kind of good. We're going to change the color on this. So I'm just going to make that kind of a beige. And then we'll make a version of those that are brown. Actually, I can just do this. We'll dupe the dupe that. That doesn't look. Is there another color in here I'm not seeing? Maybe it's the amount of wear. Yeah, if I take the wear off, I think that'll do the trick. And am I happy with that? I'm mostly happy with that. Let's kind of tweak the screen just a little bit. Right in here. So we'll make that. I'm going to do a little bit of a little more Googling here. We're going to try to find one of these with it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to steal that color right there, that green color. And we're going to, actually, I'm going to make a small texture that we'll put in here. We'll do that really quick with PowerPoint here. Do we have an LED or an LCD font? That would be cool, right? Where the hell? What are you? Oh, I don't need you. You can go away. Uh, some days. There it is. Here, we'll do this. We'll make sure they're all kind of centered like that. We'll just add some lines in here. And I'll put in a triangle or two. Some little weird shapes. Actually, let's do it like this. I'm thinking about the shape I'm going to put these in, so I'll change these a little bit better. There we go. I've got things that absolutely mean nothing. We'll change those to be black. We'll get rid of their outlines. I'm going to put dashed lines in here. So we want that. So we're just going to put something like that in there. And then I'm just going to add little kind of separator thingies in here. So space that all out evenly. Line those up. All right, we're going to put little dash lines on here or something. I think we'll do that. Format, object. Let's make it black. Let's tweak the dash style, something like that. And maybe make them thicker. Probably good. Control C, Alt ES. I'm going to bring you in as an SVG. I'm going to screen this, I think, on top of whatever color I choose in here. So let's set this color to kind of match that green color there. So I'm going to put this over here and then you can't see it. Well, here, I'll put it right there. And what we can do is we can come over to, where are you? You can come into here and we can click that and I can come over here and grab that green color. Like so. And maybe tweak it just a little bit. All right, now let's get the printing stuff in here. So can I copy and paste you? Control C. No, I think I actually have to save this file. And actually I'm going to change that font. I wanted to use, is there an LCD font? Do I have one of those available? Oh, you're not working. Why are you not working? Because you're a picture. I can't change you. And did I go and cut you? Is that what I did? Oh no, you're over here. There we go. All right, I'm gonna grab that. Okay, now I can do, I think it's LCD. No. LED crystal. I apparently don't have that. Here, let me see. I'm going to see what's on my Creative Cloud. And if I can open that up without doxing myself too much. So over here, go to Adobe Fonts, browse more fonts. That looks good. I don't see any information. Okay. Okay, can we do this LCD? No, that's the can't we'll search. That's what I'm looking for. Overtime LCD. Let's add that family. Fonts added. Okay. I think I might have to close PowerPoint down and relaunch it though, because I don't think it's automatically picks up on those font changes. No, it didn't. So here, let's do this. File, save as. We'll stick you over here. No, actually, you go into the deadline folder. Sorry. My bad. There we go. Okay, close that. Do I have any other versions? I do have. All right, close that. And I still have two copies of PowerPoint open. Don't need that. That's probably fine. And I don't need that. All right, now when we launch PowerPoint, I'm hopeful that we now have access to that font. So it was in overtime, right? No, why are you no here? Why you hate Adobe so, Microsoft? Why? All right, Chris has got to manage fonts. Oh, I got to click to install. Never mind. Ready for use in other apps. Got it. I want the bold though. Got it. Let's do the bold italic. Got it. It brings up this little window whenever I install one. Where did it go? Where did it go? Right here. Are you installed? Got it. Okay. We're good. Okay, now do I have to I might have to relaunch though. Yeah, let's restart. All right, close you. I don't need to save that. All right, relaunching PowerPoint. Okay, now we're going to try this. I'm going to make sure you guys are all good. All right. So it's called Overtime LCD. There we go. Yay. Let's make that bold. Boom. Let's take a look at what that looks like now. I like that. Control C, Alt ES. That was an Alt. Alt ES. We'll save that as a PNG or as an SV. And then, save as picture on that. Nope, I don't want that. I want to go to projects. business suit, whip. We'll put you right in here. I'm going to do that. I'm also going to save it since I'm right here. I'm going to save it as a picture and choose JPEG this time, just in case what I just did doesn't work. Or PNG. We'll do PNG. That was a really crappy job of typing. All right, in here, let's see if we can open up the SVG. If I can do import resource, add resources, go into the whip file. We are looking for the monitor display. Can I bring you in? I think I can. Although the PNG would probably be better. I'm gonna bring it in like this. We're going to multiply it, and then we're going to dial it back just a little bit. So let's call that a texture. We just want that in this project right here, which I haven't saved yet. I should probably save this. File, save as. Deadline. Pieces. I'm just going to say earpieces and receiver. Let's just say receiver. Now let's capitalize the R on this one. All right, should be good. And then I got this. And can I just drag and drop you in kind of like that? Yeah. And then can I just make you... There's a scaly thing, right? And then there's the movie thing. There, I want it kind of like that. And then I'm just going to... I did bring in the PNG, didn't I? No, I brought in the SVG. Aren't you the SVG? I could have sworn... Well, I guess it recognized texture vectorial. Yeah, it recognized it as a proper SVG, although the preview showed the background. All right, there's my makes absolutely no sense stuff. You know what I'm going to do? Although my font's wrong. Damn it. I went to all the trouble to change the font. Oh, you know what? It's because SVG has font information, and this stupid thing didn't recognize it, did you? Or did I not save it? Yeah, it shows it there. Oh, how weird. And then when we opened it, I know what it did. It totally just isn't reading that font when it brings it in here from the SVG. So I have to use we need to use the PNG. Well, that's kind of bothersome. But that's, I guess, par for the course for Substance Painter, I suppose. So we'll try that. So I know this is good because that's just a... I heard a noise. Why did I hear a noise? Yo, Acellus! Right from the garden, baby. How you doing, buddy? I'm working on a reporter outfit. I'm currently working on the little receiver thing that'll go on our waistband. And everybody, check out the awesomeness that is Acellus Australia's. My favorite garden on Twitch. And I do watch another garden, but it's over on YouTube. Let's import that. Let's drag and drop that into place. I just want the color. You got squished, you did a little bit, didn't you? Substance. I'm going to do that. And we're just going to make it a little bit bigger. And we'll just move it around a little bit. And I'm going to do a trick that's going to make it maybe look a little more real. I don't know. Can I just move you? You're a little crooked. We're going to rotate you just a hair. Probably good. I'm going to move you down just a pinch. An absolutely meaningless information panel. Line you up. Let's move you over. Okay, we're going to do that. So we're going to take this and I'm going to, if I say overlay, I'm going to multiply you. It's going to be pretty much the same as what it is, the base color, but, and then we're just going to do that a little. Then I'm just going to duplicate this. Duplicate layer. There we go. I'm going to do this, but we're also going to put a filter on this one. We're going to blur it just a little bit. I like that. They are investigating life, the universe. Yes, indeed. That is definitely the reason why there's a 42 on there. And it's, yes, totally a coincidence there's a 69 on there too. 69, dude. Quick, what number am I thinking? All right, I think we're good. I think this is going to work. I'm going to add a little bit of, so we have our little weird earbud shapes. I'm going to add a little bit of detailing to this. We're just going to put a little bit, a teeny little amount of maybe an edgeware modifier on here just to do something. So we'll put a black mask on here. I'm going to add a generator. I'm going to choose, you know what, we'll do the metal edgeware. That is definitely too whack, I know. I'm going to do that. I'm going to lower the contrast. Adjust the edge smoothness a bit. Ambient masking, what does that do? I think we're going to go with that. Curvature weight. It's still too strong, so we're just going to come over here. And I just want this on the color layer, right? So we're just going to kind of dial that back maybe. Just so it's a subtle. And then I think I'm going to put a dirt layer on here too. So we're going to make this one black. And kind of the same thing we just did. We'll add a black mask. And we'll come over here and we'll plop in a dirt generator. Add generator. Where is it? It's right there at the top. Okay. Dirt. There we go. And you know what? It's really strong in here, so I might just block that out. Or dial this back. Actually, dialing it back does the trick. I like that. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do is I forgot to put that's just going to be silver or chrome. Where's our chrome? There it is. I'm just going to take you, put you on that. So that's chrome. So I think this is good. That's going to be our texture maps for our stuff. And actually, you know what? I think do I want to put an emissive on here? I think we will add a little emissive on here. So let's tweak this. You are screen printed over here. I'm going to do that. And do I have a... I am not. We're going to do... Let me try something clever. Let's take these and dupe those. Too bad I can't combine these together. I can kind of group them like this, though, can't I? Group layers. And I can set these to be emissives. And you know what? I'm going to make them be that. No, well, these ones need to be black. So that's fine. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to set that to be an emissive. And I'm just going to add a fill layer. This is just an emissive. And I'm going to make it that color right there. And we're going to put you behind here. And we're going to set you up to just be on the screen. So we'll put a black mask on that with a color selector. And we'll just put it on the screen. You look a little misaligned, though. Maybe I'll make the dirt layer also emissive. So that kind of, there it goes. It kind of blurs that back out a little bit. I think this is good. Let's take a look. So if we look at our emissives, you know what? You're not as glowing as you're supposed to be. Hmm. Yeah, you're supposed to just be the dirt. You're the edgeware. I'm going to try something here. So if I just put, maybe I just need to crank up the power on that. Or maybe I don't have that set to white. That's what I think I did. All right. Or did I accidentally delete you? Or I accidentally deleted you. Hmm. Oh, I do have a, you are back there. think I lost some. Oh yeah, you didn't get moved. That's my problem. You can go away. I'm gonna hide you. So, okay, that looks good. Oh, I think maybe I just need to multiply you guys or something. Oh, I know. I need to put that into this channel here. And I lost it. What was it? Something like that. See, this is what happens when you don't spell properly. There it is. So can I just put that in there? Yes, that works. I think I'm going to go with that. I think we're good. All right, this is done. The earbuds are done. Let's save this. Control Shift E. I need to do a preset that includes an emissive, 6-channel emissive. There it is. We are going to, I don't need this to be that big, so I'm going to make you a 2K texture set. We'll save a little bit of size there. We'll pop over to here. We'll wait for Windows Explorer to decide to do something. I'm going to close PowerPoint in the meantime. There you are. All right, let's cut those. Let's pop back over. Let's make sure we hit save on this. Close that down. Zoom over to here. All right, now we're ready to start bringing that stuff in. So let's do some importing. Do. There, receiver. Earpiece left. Earpiece right. Okay, so I'm going to grab all of these and texture them all at the same time. All right, let's apply our generic shader. And then I can just do the drag and drop thingy. Am I in the right folder? I am not. I'm still in the export folder. Okay, right in here. New folder. Earpiece and receiver. We just put those in there. Excellent. All right, let's take our metallicity map and put it right there. Let's find our base color. And right there, this is going to be the tan version. We're also going to make a version with the earpieces are brown. I got an emissive map. Do I have emissives? I do. Except I have to dial that up. Although I don't need to do that on everything. We'll undo that. Dang it. I lost my stuff. So there we go. My emissive color is black. And you know what? I'm going to say none on this. We just need that on the monitor screen. So we'll just touch that up later. Uh-oh. I lost my images. I apparently undid a folder move. Now I'm lost. Where's my export folder? There we go. Alrighty. Those should come back if we do a refresh or something, I would imagine. Maybe not. Maybe I should just do a drag and drop just to be sure. Alright, you go back into there. Oh, it's being a butt now. You're the normal map. You're for the height. You're for the bump. You are the roughness map. Right there. Okay, I want the screen. Screen gets the emissive map. Oh, that's actually emissive color. So let's set you to be that. And where's my... Well, you need to be white, right? Okay, there we go. And now I can put that map right here in the luminosity. Luminance, there we go. I'm going to render that and see what it looks like. I probably... Well, I'm going to tweak the colors. Let's stop you. Oh, wait, I'm going to say no. I'll just let that go. You know, that's probably going to be okay. Yeah, we want to cancel that render. All right, I got all my textures set up. I should have little things in her ears. There they are. All right, let's start saving stuff. Actually, I need one more. We'll change that to the brown. I forget. Did I accidentally undo that? I did accidentally undo that, didn't I? Oh, no, you're in here. You are... There's the brown. How freaking woke is that? Oh no, I made earpieces for dark people. What was I thinking? Something in here is supposed to say base color. There it is. All right, let's export that. Come over here. I'm going to say if this one say brown, like the university. We'll paste that over here. And okay, I think we're good to go. Right, so I'm going to select that and we're going to start saving these out. So here we're going to save this, and I'm going to rename you. What are you? Deadline receiver. We'll do that. Okay. All right, we'll start with the receiver. We're going to save as a figure prop asset, right? Right into Genesis 8 female, looking good. And all of this stuff actually should say DL deadline, just because I need that little prefix on there. But you're going to be deadline receiver. I think I misspelled receiver. I think I spelled it right that time. All right, you are part of the Deadline outfit. There we go. Looks good. Content type, you're just a prop. Accept that, and then we'll do the earpieces. Earpiece left. Boom. Deadline. Earpiece L. And you're just a prop. And actually, I got to remember to set that, and then set you to a prop. And then accept that. And then we do the right side. Then, oh, there we go. Your earpiece R. And you are a prop. Okay, so those are all saved. I'm actually going to copy and cut these and put them, because these aren't going to be the final versions of these files. And just to make sure everything's working, so they're going to live over here. And then when I package them, they won't be included, because we're going to resave them as wearable presets. So we're going to parent these to the ears. Right? She's got ears, right? Left ear, left, right. There they are. Left ear, right ear. So left ear, ideally. And then right ear is good. Then we can take this, and we're going to save back over here. File, wearable preset. And this is going to be DL Deadline earpiece L, and then earpiece R. And we're going to say Genesis 8 female. And so we'll just uncheck everything except for the left earpiece and accept that. Then we do this again for the right side. Then I'm going to take that receiver. You know what? We'll just put the receiver down in here by itself. And then also it will show up with the outfit. So I'm going to grab you back again, because I actually do want you in there. Cut that again. Go back over to here. Paste you. It's good. Let's save that now that we're back. Let's save the other as a wearable preset, the other earpiece. Oh man, I need to put a space in there. Okay, uncheck all, and then just check that one and accept it. Okay, I don't have to memorize these because they're not moved. So if you restore them, they should just pop right back into the ear there. And I want to, you know what, I'm going to add a little node, rigid follow node back here, and we're going to pose that that receiver on there. So let's do that. We're going to parent it to actually the skirt. And you know, we're just going to clip it onto the back right there. And geometry assignment, create a rigid follow node. Node receiver. Accept that. Yeah. All right, let's do a couple of, where do you go? That is abdomen lower. So I need to see abdomen lower. So that goes right there. And then this is going to attach to that. I'm going to make sure that this is just zeroed out. We're going to hide it because you don't really need to see that node. All right, come over here, memorize selected item. I'm going to lock it down. And I'm just going to memorize just to make sure. There we go. Control E. And you know what I need to do is I need to rig this so that its center is right about here. So let's get you off. Let's remove it off the belt. Unparent, Control E, F. We'll go into the rigging, and I actually want the center of rotation on this to be right about here. I'm having a hard time seeing. I think I'm in the right spot. That's probably going to be good. Yeah, we like that. And you know what? It really doesn't make any difference where that is. So I'm just going to put it down there. We'll memorize the rigging on that. Oh, shoot. Daz done died. Well, so good thing I've actually kind of been saving things as we're going along. But I'm going to have to redo the node. And you're probably happy, so I'm going to hit save on that and close it. You I don't need. I don't need Creative Cloud open in the background anymore. All right, let's, I'm going to close that. Well, that was annoying. Okay, so we're going to load in the outfit and we're going to load in the receiver. We're going to re-rig the receiver, resave it, if I can get it memorized without it blowing up Daz again. I'll double check and see if I have to memorize it, by the way. And I'm back in Cave Close. So we were working with the Genesis 8, so we'll load that in. Nope, that was the wrong thing. There it is. Okay, let's go get the excellent. So we have the receiver right there. So we were re-rigging it. So I'm going to put my center point right about there. I'm just going to move you down here. Okay, let's try this again. Actually, let's file, save as scene. And you're going to be whip 3, just in case it decides to die on me again. I don't have to do this stuff over. All right, memorize. Selected node rigging. Okay. And now if I control E, nothing happens. Yay. All right, let's put our rigid follow node back on the skirt. So into the geometry editor, select the skirt. You know, we'll put it maybe right about there. Create a rigid follow node. Node receiver. I gotta see how reserve is spelled. My brain is. I have it spelled right. Okay. Accept that. If we remember correctly, this was parented to the lower abdomen. So we're going to set the rotations on that to 0, and I've got chat covered. Sorry, my bad. I'm totally blaming Mitch McConnell for that. Okay, that is good. Let's hide it. Let's memorize it. Let's lock it. Let's memorize it again, just in case. Let's put that on there. Oops, I did not parent sheet into the right thing. There it is. You know, I had kind of hoped that. All right, and then we're just going to kind of roughly pose this. I'm not going to worry about clipping it actually to the waistband. So I'm going to have it just kind of maybe sitting up kind of like that. Actually, I might just do something like that and call it good enough. And then we'll just memorize that. Do I have a memorize something button up here? I thought I did. Are you memorize? Selected item settings. I think that was it. And then if we control E, that looks good. Okay. Oh, I should save this back to 0, though. You know what? I'm going to dupe this. Let's Shift D. Let's unparent you. That's 0 U. Did that work? That did not work because that said figure. 0 selected item. There we go. Then I'm just going to rememorize. Resave. The receiver. That's probably good. Is all of this good? All that's good. Okay, I don't need that anymore. I'm just going to... And then we'll set this up for Genesis 9. So let's just double check. I'm going to pose the head. Since they're props, they probably will need to be adjusted depending on the shape of the head. So you did not... Did I not parent you to the head when I saved you? Where did you go? You don't seem to have been parented to the head. Dang it. And where are you? Why am I not zooming in on you? Because I loaded in the receiver. That's why. That's doy. There it is. I see it now. All right. Looks good. That could probably be a little smaller, but I don't know. We're gonna work with that. She's wearing a wire, dude. All right, so that seems to be... Actually, let's save this outfit right now. Actually, let's put the foot pose on. And then I'm just going to resave this as the wearable preset. I'm going to rename all of this stuff too. So here, we'll do this. Wearable preset. You're going to be the whole outfit. Save that. Exist. Yes, we want to. I've got the wrong... No, I've got the right thing selected. But I'm saving you as a pose. That's my problem. Cancel that. Wearable preset. There we go. We'll try this again. Outfit. Yes. We got the skirt, the shirt, the shoes, and the earpieces. And if we dial down on the shirt, we see we've got these buttons. And there's that receiver. Okay, let's save a pose. We're going to save the feet. So uncheck all, and we're just going to go down the legs and selecting the feet. Not that. And that'll save the foot poses. All right, should be good. Let's set up the Genesis 9 version of this stuff now. So we'll get a Genesis 9 in here. Oh, I forgot I wanted to rename these. That I don't need. That I'm gonna do eventually. We'll just stick this up here for now. That's the button. And it'll be in the wearables, so I don't need to actually save an individual button by itself. So we'll just stick this over here for the time being. Okay, you are the deadline mic. We're going to need that. We're going to set up mics and hands later on, so I'm not renaming that right now. That I am going to rename. That's the shirt. This is the shoes. That's the foot pose for the shoes. That is the skirt. And there's the outfit. Okay, we're good with these. All right, time to play with the Genesis 9. Okay, so we have the skirt. No, that's the shirt, the shoes, and the skirt. I'm going to worry about buttons later. So what I need is the material presets. So we're going to sneak over here and just copy that. That's the shirt. Paste that. And you know what? If I paste it to the skirt as well, I just have to change the color map on that. Did I not paste? Apparently I lost the copy. There we go. And there's a black color map we're looking for. Dun, 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 dun. Something in here say black right there. There we go. So we're going to set up the receiver on this skirt, and we'll put the earbuds in. I don't know if this will parent. Oh, and you got I got to rename that because there's I need a space right in here. So did you parent to the head by any chance? That would have been too easy, right? You gotta love Daz instead of saying neck lower and neck upper. They don't want it to get confused with the others. These go into the head. And then we're just going to zoom in. And I can copy and paste. So we'll do the left side first. Somewhere in there. I'm going to be away to the computer 10 or 15 minutes. All right. See you when you get back, Charles. All right. Let's copy that. Come over here and Control B. And we're just going to make sure that I think I just need to move the X over to here. Yep, those look good. So we're going to memorize those, and then we'll save those as wearable presets. So select you. What happens if I change your shape? They moved a little bit, but I think they're going to be okay. I know. Actually, let's move them in. Probably good. Those are teeny, aren't they? Rememorize those. Are you memorized? You are memorized. Okay. Select you. Come over here. Head over to the G9. Say these as wearable presets. Yeah, I got all that stuff named right. DL, deadline, earpiece. Say L on that one. All right, let's save wearable preset for the right one. All right, I'm going to unparent this, make it visible. That's going to kind of show me where I want to position it, right about there, maybe on the skirt. On this skirt. So we're going to put that node right about there. Okay, what part of the body do we want to put you on? Spine 1. There's spine 1. So you put that there. And then I'm looking for my receiver, and we're going to put you over here. And we're going to, actually, before I do that, let's zero you out. Okay, turn the visibility off on that. Memorize. Lock. Memorize. Should be good. Now we can put the receiver on there. Is good. Let's memorize that. And then let's save this whole thing. Actually, let's put the foot pose in here. There we go. Let's save this as a wardrobe. Wearable preset, that's what we want right there. Outfit G9, hell yeah. We want all of this except for the eyes, and let's go ahead and save the foots poses, the feetsies. There's the foot. There's 1 foot. 1 foot, 2 foot, red foot, blue foot. There we go. Alrighty, now let's start texturing the shoes. I have 33 minutes. I think we saved the shoes out already, but let's go find out. So, let's relaunch. Actually, let's go ahead and save this WIP3 file, and then we'll relaunch Substance Painter. I'm not going to go crazy with the textures. I think black, red, white, tan, maybe pink. Because you always need the pink. I don't know. Something like that. There's Substance. I think I saved the shoes out ready for Substance, but we'll find out in a second. If not, we'll pop over in the blender and take care of it. So file, new, select. We do have shoes in here somewhere, don't we? Shoes G9 and G9 with no material, so I want that one right there. And let's see, I'm remembering to save this time. Save as Deadline Shoes. All right, let's do some bacon. We're still baking. We're done baking. All right, let's bake the ID map. Okay, we need to copy the version in here with colors. And then, like we always do, make that cage really small. Make that cage really small as well. We'll do a little higher resolution for better fidelity. And then bake that. And that's good. Now we're ready to go. Painting. I don't need to save the ID map for this. because it actually has real modeled depth. Ready to what do I need? I think I want to start with leathers. There's a polished leather in here somewhere. At least I think there might be. Or I just take one of the standard leathers and we just adjust the roughness on that. There's like a fine grain leather. Are you not in here? Am I going? There it is, fine leather. So we're going to start with a fine leather. Put it there. And we'll also apply it to the heel. Is good. You know what? I'm going to take. Do I want kind of like a satiny? Oh, here, let's do the suede. What are you? No, I'm not going to. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's go with that one. We're going to dial that up, though. And then also I'm going to put the satin. Duchess silk. There we go. So that goes right there. What are you? Have I used you before? Maybe we'll go with that instead. All right, let's use a normal on that. Let's dial you up, tile you up. Come over here. Let's click normal on that. Let me get rid of this. And then we'll tweak this. Activate the normal on that as well. Okay, so let's adjust the tiling on this. And we're also going to tweak the, also this color leans to the brown. I like my blacks leaning towards the blue usually. And can I adjust the roughness in here? Do I get an option for that? Leather fine roughness, there we go. Just to do that. Skin detail rotation. I don't, that does nada for me. Whatever I put here, I think I'm going to put on the sole edge. And then we're going to put a little rubber over there. Rubber. Are you my rubber? Somewhere in here is kind of a rubber raw. Is what we will use for the heel tips. Generally, it's kind of black. And then I'm going to use some sort of scuffy black leather, worn leather on this. Leather calf green. Let's try to see what that looks like. Maybe not there. Maybe I will just use that on the edge. Also, that's a complex texture. I was looking for something simple and worn. Worn horse leather might do the trick. Worn, let's see what worn buffalo looks like. I don't know. Worn sheep. Maybe I'll go with that. I am going to put that on the edges though, so we'll put a black mask on here and add a color selector. And put it there. And on the edge. I am going to just try. Oh, I still have this on, don't I? Let me do that. Let's see what some of these worn leathers look like. Leather seat old. Actually, that might do kind of what I wanted to do. All right, I think this is going to be what I'm going to go with for the shoes. I'm shopping Amazon for high heels. It's the inspiration for coloring. So I'm good for black. So here's what I got. All right, so I am looking fine for the black. So that, I'm not going to go with that. We are going to do a red. And maybe do a white. So the white's kind of like black, but with a different color tip and sole. So we're going to set those up. So let's put my dirt in here while I'm at it. So we are good. So you know what? Maybe I can just duplicate all of this. Actually, can I just group that? Let's just group that. Call it black. Duplicate that. Call that white. Hide the black. So the changes we needed on the white are the color. I'm going to leave this and we're going to make, actually this should be light on the black too. So we'll do that. So I'm going to come over here, come into here. tweak you to kind of be that color. Copy that. Pop over to the white. Paste that in here. All right, we like that. Okay, our rubber here is it going to be a tan color, kind of like that. This sole. There'll be a tan here. So that's going to be the white. So the pink and the red are going to be like this, except we're going to tint these a little towards the pink and the red side, and we'll leave these two the same. Actually, red, I'm going to kind of match the black. So let's dupe this and just make sure, okay, that looks good. Let's dupe this. Let's call you red. Okay, so the things with the red is basically it's like the black, but we have red. Okay, pink and tan are going to be like this. And then the pink's going to have we're going to tint the interior a little bit towards the pink side. So I opened you up. I'm going to close you back over here. Okay, I have my I have shoe colors I can see over on the other side, so I'm going to sample from those. Where did my do you have a good pink? You don't have a good pink. We're going to do, are you beige? What color do you think you are? Nude, suede, nude. I'm going to call it beige. Pat pink. I'm not doing pat pink. I got a bright pink I can see over on the other page, though. Uh-oh, where's my, there you are. Are you my pink shoes? No, you're my nude shoes. You know what? I'm gonna beige color. So I'm just gonna sample one of those. I want that to be a little more. That's the beauty of it. There's so many beiges to choose from. I like the, you know what? Oh, I lost my color. What the hell? I want a little darker than that, though. Maybe a little pinker. No, I'm going to go back to sampling colors. All right, we're going with that. That'll be beige. Fifty Shades of Beige. I can't stop sampling beige colors. Why does that look so yellow here? Does that actually look that yellow when I'm over here? It looks like it's even more yellow, right? Oh well, I'm going to live with that. What if we say tan? I like the tan better. We're going with that. All right, beige is done. I'm gonna dupe, you know what, we'll just dupe the beige. Close that down. I'm gonna make this pink. And I'm gonna look for that pink shoe, that really bright, obnoxious, you are the wrong browser tab. There you are. Let's try that color over there. Yeah. Okay, are you... Okay, you're that there. Oh no, I can't color you. Well, just, you know what? I'm going to group these two together and we're going to use a hue saturation to just adjust that color a little bit. Or maybe I'll just do a... You know what? We'll do a fill layer. And we'll just make it pink. And then we'll put a black mask on there. And a color selector. And I'm just going to apply it to that and that. And we're just to dial that back. So we just kind of get a little bit of that pinkiness into the inside as well. And I think that's good. I think I'm done with the with those. Let's go get our dirt. Just drop that on there. And we're ready to start saving these out. So we'll start with the clean black and go from there. I think I can use the normal, the bump, the metallicity, if there is one, and the same roughness, and then we're just going to, and then we do that, and then a little bit different for the worn. So actually, let's do Control-Shift-E, right? We'll do the 5-channel like that. I have saved you, right? You are shoes. Yes, you are. Okay, export. Is good. Open output directory. There's my color. I'm going to call that black. I'm going to cut all of this and move it into a folder, into our directory. So over in here, I can put those in here. And then turn that on. And Control-Shift-E that. Export that. Okay, come over here. So for the worn version, I don't need the normal map and I don't need the height map because those are going to be the same as the clean version. These will change. So we're going to rename these. And I'm going to say shoes. Worn. There we go. Apply that. Cut these. Come over to here. So we're going to put those in there. And let's knock out. So now we need to do that right there. Needs to say black, right? I need to make 8 color maps to go for the other colors. So the black is done. All right, black is done. We move on to red. Control Shift E. That was a Control Shift R. Control Shift E. We are going to now export just out the color maps. Oh, hold on a second. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Am I framed in the camera right? Oh my gosh, the latency on the YouTube is whack. There we go, that's better. I was still saving textures out. That was minutes ago. What do you do? I saved the Warren red, so we're going to do that. Warren red. Back over to here. Turn that off. Control Shift E. Export. Come over here. There is the red. Back over to here. Off, on. There's the white. I'm not going to get these all set up. We're just getting them saved out. And I'll put the black on the shoes. And we will probably call it a day there. White. Maybe without an O in it. All right, turn the dirt on. Export that. Come over here. Oh, wait, I forgot to hit that. I'll come over here and wait. So this is Warren white. All right, 4 down, 4 more to go. There's Warren pink. Nope, that doesn't look like pink. That totally looks like beige. Okay, tan. I'm calling it tan. Did I say Warren tan? I did say Warren tan. Okay, excellent. And you're just tan. Okay, now we're on to the pink. I must have touched something in here. That was going on to 2. There we go. I like that better. Pink. There we go. Activate the dirt. Warren pink. Okay, the shoe textures are done, unless I change my mind and add more. I decide to go add threads or something. I don't know if I'm going to do that with this or not. I probably should have. Oh well. Say la vie. So let's put all of that stuff over here. Let's come over to... Is my whites in here? Yeah, I see my whites. Okay, let's come over to Daz. Let's put those on the shoes. So do I have my base shader on here? It looks like I do. Okay, so I'm gonna view this as extra large icons because it just works easier that way. All right, metallicity. That is an awful shiny soul. There's a color map. There's a normal map. There's a height map. There's a roughness map, and that should be it. Let's take a look at what we got. All right, so here's where we are so far. We got the textures done for, and these are basically kind of set up for the in-ear monitors and the little receiver. Although the receiver looks a little large, I may change the size of that, but I don't know. And then we got the shoes done. Let's hit a little render here and we'll call it a day. We'll find somebody to raid. Thank you all for being here. Let's see who is on in the Twitchers. And if there's anybody over on YouTube, thank you for being here. Remember, like and subscribe. That would be awesome. And for those of you hanging out on Twitch, we're going to go raid somebody. We'll see who's a boot and go over and say howdy. I still have to put so we still have buttons to do and things like that. But the shoes are looking all right. I think we're there. And then we still have to start posing microphones and hands and things. So we will be back tomorrow night. We will probably be playing with this. So we'll see how that works out. And anyhow, yeah, that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for a Tuesday night stream. Are you my Twitch? I lost my Twitch. My Twitchy Twitch. There's my Twitchy Twitch. There we go. Open that up. Let's see who's on and who we can go over and say howdy to. So we're going to see if any of the art friends are on. And barring that, we'll probably go over and say howdy. You know, Ike said she was going to be streaming today. I wonder if she's on. I don't see her. I was hanging out with her yesterday. Ike's World. She's currently not on. So we'll go see if any of the other art friends. She's going to be getting back into 3D, she says. She's going to take a look at... She's going to do the blunt. She's going to do the donut tutorial. Honestly, if I were starting from scratch with Blender, I would consider it. But I think I kind of fumbled my way through learning Blender without doing the donut tutorial. It's just a quick way to have somebody walk you through all the controls, even if you know what you're doing with 3D. I don't see any of the usual suspects. Tina's CI. All right, we'll do that. Control C. Let's come over here. That says Dreamont. Let's not go there. Let's try this. They're not on.
Shave it, tear it, pull it, hide it, wax it.
Holder that I slide them in. And
yeah, currently offline. Dope. It looks like they just rated it out, is what I'm guessing. Because I see somebody was chatting at just 3:59. So missed it by that much. Dang it, now we have to find somebody else. We don't have to, but I like to. Pixelogic, we can, I don't know, you want to say hi to one of the, who's Mad Concepts? Why do I have them and what do they do? Is that somebody who's just going to make me want to stab myself in the eye?
Yeah, well, no, that was like that was a thing, but then afterward,
I'm not sure who this is. We'll go over and raid. They're doing art.
It started because Darkfire said I was a perv somehow.
We'll check them out. So hopefully they're not a fascist. I'm just double checking, making sure I don't accidentally go blind and just miss somebody who I probably really should. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing a random yeah, let's just randomly rate another art streamer who I'm following. And I don't know why I'm following them, but apparently I am. So let's do this. Let's go over and say hi to this chap, Mad Concepts. I don't know what they do. Looks like they're drawing kind of an anime style, but not quite. Let's try this again. Anyhow, here's where we're gonna head. So if you can stick around for the raid, feel free to use either this raid call or this raid call. And I will be back tomorrow. I already said that. So hey, if you're not in the Discord, feel free to join. Let's try that again. And remember, kids, I sell at Daz. Feel free to go over there and just buy crap you don't need. It helps me pay for my mortgage. There we go. Alrighty. Let's get this on the raid. Hey, thanks for being here, Rod. Take care, buddy. And of course, everybody, if you're not following CS Bond, make sure you are. That would be super cool. And I saw DJ Ray was in here too. And of course, the legendary CS Bond 2. Anyhow, let's do this /raid control P. There we go. Mad Concepts. Anyhow, hope you all have a good rest of a Monday or Tuesday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. And hasta la vista, baby.